The 20th of January marks the one-year anniversary of Donald Trump's inauguration. The initial shock of his election rapidly turned into anger, but 12 months on, Trump still remains in the White House. Trump has been the perfect president for satirical comedy. His unstatesmanlike behaviour, his bizarre communication methods, and his ridiculous comments have provided hilarious comedy moments. But behind this madness, there is the serious and sinister reality of a racist, sexist, and anti-worker president. In the past year, relations between the US and the rest of the world have become increasingly tense. The most obvious case being the escalation of threats between the US and North Korea.
Now North Korea's reckless pursuit of nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles threatens the entire world with unthinkable loss of human life.
The spat between Trump and Kim Jong-un might seem like a silly but dangerous playground politics. But behind this lies a struggle for power between the US and China in Asia. The so-called Asian pivot is a US strategy to contain China. This is why the US issued a threat of sanctions on any country trading with North Korea. This would primarily hurt China. While the crisis has been de-escalated, the possibility of war still looms. At the end of 2017, Trump announced the relocation of the American embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. This move signals an even stronger commitment to the Israeli state and support for its illegal settlements and the displacing of Palestinians from their homes. The decision was met with outrage by the Palestinian people and condemnation from parts of the international community. Trump's anti-Palestinian position comes as no surprise, considering his previous Islamophobic statements and actions, including his so-called Muslim ban. One of Trump's first executive orders was to refuse any entry into the US to citizens from a list of predominantly Muslim countries. The move sparked large protests and legal challenges, and was later replaced by an order which retained several elements, including a ban on Syrian refugees. Trump's disgusting racism has continued to cause outrage. In August, when neo-Nazis attacked anti-racist protesters in Charlottesville and murdered Heather Heyer, Trump said that there was blame on both sides and initially refused to condemn the white supremacists. Last week, Trump used vile racist language when talking about Haiti and a number of African nations, once again sparking outrage across the globe. Trump has not only insulted most people in the world through his international politics, but he has also waged war against the planet. Trump has pulled the US out of the Paris Agreement, which aims to limit global warming and reduce greenhouse emissions. Whilst the agreement itself is quite limited, and a much more radical action would be required to stop global warming, pulling out of it sends a message that the US has no intention of taking action to save the planet. Based on this, it comes as no surprise that during the recent cold weather in the US, Trump tweeted, "Perhaps we could use a little bit of that good old global warming." He has consistently denied that climate change exists. In the past year, Trump has shown clearly his pro-capitalist and anti-worker agenda. Corporation tax has been lowered to 21% from 35%, at a significant loss to the state. These losses, in addition to losses from a reduced income tax, must be recovered through massive cuts to public services. This will increase inequality in one of the most unequal countries in the world. Trump has also promised to do away with Obamacare. This will leave poor people without any access to healthcare. So behind Trump's ridiculous and childish behaviour lies a serious right-wing agenda. This pro-capitalist agenda is based on division and oppression through racism and attacks on public services and working class people. But Trump's presidency can also provide an opportunity to fight back against the right-wing agenda, against cutbacks, racism and sexism.